It's Sunday morning on CBS, and here again is Charles Kuralt.
Here is a further look at the headlines of Sunday morning. President Sadat reports a great improvement in the condition of the ailing Shah of Iran, but says the Shah may need a minor operation. Sadat visited the Shah, who is suffering from pneumonia in addition to cancer, at a Cairo military hospital. In Pennsylvania, engineers are scheduled to resume the venting of radioactive gas today at the crippled 3 Mile Island nuclear plant. The process was stopped yesterday when monitoring equipment apparently gave a false alarm. And the temperature is expected to climb over 100 again today in many parts of Texas and Oklahoma. Yesterday, it was 117 in Wichita Falls, Texas. Here's Henry Ford making an announcement in Detroit in 1909. "I will build a motor car for the great multitude. It'll be so low in price that no man making a good salary will be unable to own one and enjoy with his family the blessing of hours of pleasure in God's great open spaces." People said he'd be out of business in 6 months. Those who said that were off by a good 70 years, but they could turn out to be right yet. The American automobile industry is in such bad shape that the Carter administration is said to be considering ways of saving it. Loan guarantees, limitations on Japanese imports, which Henry Ford's old company is pleading for, relief from federal regulations, all being debated right now. That's how bad things are. Well, Detroit Blues is our cover story this Sunday morning, reported by Richard Wagner.
Car industry. This it used to be the Motor City. Detroit was the Motor City. Now on the news is Tokyo, the Motor City.
The Perry family doesn't make jokes about the auto industry. Roger Perry was laid off by Chrysler last August. He's worked just 4 days since then. Roger drove a truck for Chrysler. In his best year, he made $24,000. Now, the money is all gone, and the Perrys are eligible for just one more $136 unemployment check. This Tuesday, they'll get the last one.
I'll have to either sell my home, try and hang on, and try and find a job, which is almost non-existent in the Detroit area. Just what do you do, you know? Do you take a chance on going to another state? Do you lose everything you have? You don't know. The only thing you can do is pray a lot, you know.
You're able and available to work?
Yes.
Did you work at any other place except Cadillac within the past 2 years?
No.
Do you have your unemployment card, sir?
The slump goes beyond Chrysler. It's industry-wide. About 250,000 auto workers have been laid off so far, and the number continues to increase. Counting jobs lost in related industries, the number of Americans out of work because of the sagging U.S. auto industry approaches 1 million. The Dana Corporation outside Detroit has permanently laid off 900 workers who used to build light truck frames. Now, Dana is sponsoring a program to help its former employees find new jobs.
For those of you that haven't seen an application in a long time, we're going to help you draw up a little plan, a work plan for yourself of how you're going to get started.
We believe in a total, all-out job search. We believe that looking for work should be more work than working, especially given the conditions in this area today.
Some of these men have already started looking, and there's not much to find.
When you're 25, they want 30 years experience. And when you got 30 years experience, you're too damn old.
To promote car sales while they race to build smaller, more fuel-efficient models, Detroit's automakers are offering incentives, but without much success. This June, fewer cars were built in this country than in any June since 1961. Nationwide, 800 dealerships have shut down in the last 10 months. Of the 28,000 auto dealers presently doing business, an estimated 1/4 may be forced to close their doors. Detroit fell into deep trouble when soaring gasoline prices made consumers turn to high gas mileage cars, and American automakers weren't turning them out in sufficient numbers. For its part, the industry maintains it was building what the public wanted.
The reason that we delayed the introduction of fuel-efficient cars is the genuine concern over would the consumer buy them.
Lewis Ross is an executive vice president at Ford.
You know, it was a little over a year ago, we had difficulty selling small cars. We had rebates on Pintos to meet the average fuel economy standard. We were sold out on big cars for the rest of production. And we were very concerned how we were going to sell small cars.
So many auto workers are laid off, one Detroit local has set up an unemployment office in its social hall.
I'd like to be optimistic about getting back to work because I don't want to be on the streets too long. But the way things are looking right now, it looks like things are going to get worse before they get better.
Douglas Fraser, president of the United Auto Workers.
It ripples through the steel industry, the rubber industry, the glass industry, and it's estimated now 1 million people are out of work because of the recession in auto. And 1 million people equates to, according to the Congressional Budget Office, a loss to our Treasury of $29 billion. You lose that amount of money by people not paying income taxes, and then the social services, the cost of those services, food stamps, unemployment comp, and so forth.
In talking about unemployment figures and layoffs, it's easy to get lost in the staggering numbers. And each one of those numbers is a human being, a person, usually a person with a family to support. On a street with an impossibly ironic name in a suburb of Detroit lives one such family. Roger and Sandy Perry, their children, Grant, Dawn, and Becky.
They seem to put out a little extra effort to make a meal stretch farther, for example. They're willing to eat things that in the good times that they might not be as willing to eat.
There's no luxuries.
No, none whatsoever. We haven't had a steak in, God, I don't know when, over a year. When I was working, we used to try to buy sides beef at a time, and now we couldn't even do that. The money's just not there.
The unemployment rate in Roger Perry's home state of Michigan is now the highest in the country, almost 15%.
This is a very traumatic time for 600,000 or 700,000 people, almost 700,000 people in Michigan who are unemployed.
William Milliken is the governor of Michigan.
And there's a direct relationship between that unemployment, the inability to have a job, and mental health, physical health, the problems of drug addiction, the problems of alcohol, problems of violence, increasing prison populations. All of these things affecting individual human beings are accentuated in difficult times.
At the Square Deal Bar in Ecorse, Michigan, near Detroit, that's what they were talking about a few days ago, difficult times. All of these men have lost their jobs.
Now you come in here, it's just nobody's working. And first thing we ask somebody that we don't know, are you working? And we like to really find out if someone, yeah, you're working, right? It's nice. It's a nice feeling for us to know that somebody is working, because every time you talk to somebody, I'm going down unemployment, or that's it. They're running out of funds, and it's bad. It's really bad. I feel good to hear that somebody is working. You know, I don't know. I really don't. I get so tensed up. I get crazy.
I might just move out of Michigan, at least for maybe 5 or 10 years, because I'm going to have to get a job someplace. And jobs are not available here at this present time. I might move out of state for 10 years, then come back to Michigan again. Otherwise, what else am I going to do?
But I feel a depression now myself at 27 years old, where I'm used to, well, I went out and got a job and worked all these years and making good money, and all of a sudden they cut you off. And they're giving all this money. I don't know about the foreign relations or anything like that, but they're giving all these Cubans in here, finding them work before they would put us to work. They just want to put us on a welfare or whatever, you know, go out and find something. And there's nothing to find.
It is.
They have agencies for these, from what I heard on the news, they have agencies for these people that are finding them jobs. And not only that, they're sending $80 million to Cambodia. What about us? Let's take care of number one. We're in a bad predicament right now.
It's rather difficult at times, but I think that's what keeps us together as a whole, is that the kids bend a little bit, we bend a little bit. We try and have as much as we can with less money. Sometimes it's difficult. Sometimes we have to sacrifice to maybe get a birthday present for one of the kids. But we're willing to do this, you know. I'm not worried about me. I'm worried about the children of America.
And your children.
Yes.
I worry for him where he's going to get work at. And, you know, I feel sorry when he goes on, he puts applications in, and he hears nothing. And I know he's good at what he does.
Many times, like when I've gone to bed at night, I say, gee, you know, just what is there for tomorrow? And I don't know.
Red Sox manager Don Zimmer's battle to survive as Ray Gandalf's